Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to New Game Plus, where I'm continuing on my journey to better both my physical and mental health, and really starting a whole new life for myself. And for today, this episode is called In the Void, and that's because we're going to be getting a bit more in depth into one of the aspects of my mental health and what has gone on in the past, and that is the isolation I have a tendency to put myself into whenever I do get into one of these bad moods, and how bad that isolation did get in this most recent rock bottom one. And yeah, it's going to be a bit harder of a topic to talk about, I think, today, but one that I really do need to talk about because it affects a number of things with my mental health and also what's a good way to put it? And also my relationship with others, other people in my life. There we go, that works. Before we jump into it, though, I do want to apologize if I look quite tired today, but that's because I am very tired. We'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end when we get to the side quest, because, well, let's just say the side quest didn't go great this week with the whole trying to get better sleep. So, I actually almost didn't record this because I am very tired right now, but I don't want to miss these videos because they are important to me, and I also do know that some of you guys have been, really paying attention to them as well, and so here we are. So yes, let's talk about my isolation, and to begin with, I should point out that when I am doing well, when I am in a good mood and in a good place, I actually am pretty social. I'm not a full-on extrovert, but, I do like hanging out with people. I like going out to places, especially, my favorite things are always going out to breweries, wineries, stuff like that, which I've mentioned loads in the past in tons of videos throughout, my time here on YouTube. And so I've always loved those things, and even just going to a friend's house was always a good, fun time. But equally, I've also always been very, very at home by myself. I'm just as happy going out and having fun with friends as I am to stay in and read a book or watch a movie or anything, really. And so I've always had that kind of dichotomy with my social life, is that I am both social but also do like being on my own. And so it's actually been the case that sometimes when I have been in those bad moods, the people around me don't always notice because, oh, he disappeared for a little bit. He does that anyways. So it actually can cause issues with that, with the relationship with people in my life, because especially in this most recent rock bottom moment that I did face, family members had actually talked to me recently about this, that they feel bad because they didn't realize how bad it had gotten for me. And so they feel some guilt with that, which I don't think they should, because it was me isolating myself, and it's something that I did before, even when I was in good moods. People might not hear from me for a little bit because I've just decided to do my own thing for a little while. But it would always get worse when I was in those bad places, because it would be for a much longer period of time, and that isolation would generally come with me ignoring a lot of things in my life, which just compounded other issues, which just built up to even more and more problems. And that isolation kind of just pushed me into ignoring more things, because as that stuff would build up from the isolation, just my mind dealt with it by ignoring, and it would ignore more and more and more as that isolation continued, and all those issues built and built to the point where I did have that rock bottom moment where I had, oh boy, I don't even know from that point when the last time was that I had gone out with people. It had been probably months at that point. And that's how bad that isolation did get. And yes, that is a lot longer than the normal isolation that I would have put myself into just from wanting to be on my own from a bit when I am doing better. That might be days, maybe weeks, but But yeah, months was when it was very bad, and like I said, it would just compound the issues, and then that would end up with me ignoring more and just building up everything to a even worse point. And it's something I'm very much need to avoid. It's something I'm trying to work on now with how everything has been getting better, is I've been trying to make it a point to make sure I'm not isolating myself. And I'm very happy with my family, who's been very helpful with that, especially my father. I'll admit I get a little bit annoyed at him sometimes because he does call me a lot now, but I'm happy about that though, because it is keeping me more engaged with the world. I wish it wasn't literally every day, but oh, no, they know he watches these videos sometimes, so hi, Dad. but still, I'm glad he does, because it is keeping me here. And, you know, I'm talking with my brother and my sister-in-law more. I've been going over their place more often. You know, I did the one side quest a few weeks back of going up to the brewery and chatting with the bartender there, and I've been trying to make a point with that with other things. Like, even when I go out to a store, I'll, you know, instead of just scanning my stuff and getting out, I'll chat with the cashier for a sec. I mean, I know that's not a lot, but it's still something. It's something that's been pulling me out of that to make sure that I'm not isolating myself, even in this good mood, because I am in a much better place now. A very, very good place at the moment. But still, you know, I have those days where I just want to sit in my chair in the living room and read a book and just kind of ignore the world. But I'm trying very hard to not do that. And it is a bit of a struggle, because I do like that peace and quiet sort of a thing. Also, did it just get way darker outside? But, you know, it's something that I'm working on and very much wanting to make sure that I continue with, so that I don't get back into that really bad isolation. And I know it's something that with my family, they're also wanting to make sure on that too, because, you know, that, like I said, we've all been talking more, doing more together, which has been good. It's been really good. And so, yeah, that's what I've got for In the Void, and all the isolation. Yeah, it is actually getting really dark outside now, isn't it? I may need more lights. But, so, after that main topic, let's talk about the side quests. And for this past week, it was, of course, our checkpoint, trying to, get better sleep, which did not go well. I tried a lot of things, from mindfulness and meditation to aromatherapy to even some over-the-counter sleep aids. Nothing worked. Amusingly, the aromatherapy candles, which are actually like, I always get the wrong side, right behind me on the ledge there. They did the best. They got me to sleep much quicker than even the over-the-counter sleep aids, but my problem with all of it was it still didn't keep me asleep. So I still kept waking up a lot in the night, which is not good. It means that I'm very much on a very small amount of sleep right now, which isn't great, and it's actually brought me to something that I don't do. I've never been someone who takes naps, because normally when I'm up, I'm up. But there's actually 2 days this past week where I was just so tired, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a little time and lay down on the couch for a bit. And just would take an hour nap. That's something I've never done. I've always very much been a person, I'm up for the day. So yeah, I'm gonna continue, of course, to try and find other ways to help with my sleep. And I'm really hoping, because a lot of it right now, I think, is from all the pressure and the anxiety and everything that I've been dealing with in this new life starting over, because it's a lot. It's been a whole lot. And I think that's what it is, because that's when I started to get much worse sleep, was with dealing with all this. So I'm hoping that as I'm getting better and things calm down and get overall better, that I'm hoping my sleep returns. But yeah, I would like to find some things to help me with that, at least for the time being. A little update, though, on previous side quest. It's gonna be kind of hard to see, but you can see like a little sprouts back there are finally starting to come up. So my little hydroponics thing back there is working. All the seeds have sprouted at least a little bit. Some took longer than others, but it's getting there. Stuff is growing. Now, as for this week's side quest, going along with the theme of the isolation and trying to make sure I stay out of that, I'm calling it Party System. And I had actually talked about what I'm going to be doing before. One of the things I'm really excited about with where I've moved to is that this neighborhood does regular events to try and, bring people in the neighborhood together, little community things. And I had just missed one of those events when I moved in. And I've been waiting for one of those to happen. And, well, this coming week, it is, well, not this coming week, this week, it is, the neighborhood is holding an event. There we go. Words are sometimes difficult. But yes, it's actually going to be a board gaming night, which I love board games, so I'm actually really, really excited about it. And yeah, so it'll be up at the clubhouse here in the neighborhood. It'll have, apparently they'll be providing beer and board games, and anyone in the community can come and, have a good time. And so that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be a much bigger thing than, going to the brewery and just talking with the bartender. I'll actually be around a lot of people. Well, I assume I haven't been to one of these community things yet. I don't know how many do show, but I'm excited for it. So meet people that live around here, have some good conversations hopefully, and some fun board game play. So I'm very excited about it, and so that's going to be my side quest this week, which I assume will be a success because it's literally one event. I'm going to go. I've already blocked time for it to make sure I go. So it should be good, and I'm very excited for it. But that is my side quest. Whatever side quest you might be giving yourself for this week, because I know some of you have been doing these same things with me. I hope you are just as successful in, well, hopefully successful. I still haven't gone to the event, but I am going to that event. So I hope that your side quest is just as successful in this coming week. And yeah, that's it for today. Hopefully you all have enjoyed this one, and as you continue joining me on this journey, and well, have a good one.